Today is the 16th of October 2021 and we're in the Destiny Global studio. 3 weeks ago we spoke on wisdom and knowledge. Today we're going to speak on understanding because the Bible tells you about wisdom, knowledge and understanding. But of the three, after doing some research, I think understanding is the most important one of all. Why do I say that? The Bible tells you that you must pursue wisdom by any means necessary. But it also says, by obtaining wisdom, you should get understanding for everything that it costs. Now that means that understanding supersedes wisdom or knowledge. What is understanding? Understanding is going back to the original source. The original source of what they call the precept. What is a precept? A precept, a lot of Rastafarians in the Jamaican culture always use the word precept, and I didn't understand why they use the word precept. Now, the word precept comes before the word concepts. You have to have a precept before you have a concept. When you have the precept, you have the original source where all the truth and information comes from. That information, even when you read the Bible and it tells you about in the beginning, God made heaven and earth. That is the precept. Now, there's been so many different illusions about the Bible and where the source comes from. But no one can alter the truth. Religion is not the truth. Going to theology school is not the truth. You have to go back to the original source and find the precept. And that will lead me into the concept. What is a concept? A concept is an idea. Even what we're doing here, I'm just elaborating a bit. If we didn't have the idea first to come together to do this video, there would be no video. So an idea is formed in everything that we do on this planet. You have to have that idea, which is a concept. When you have the concept, you can have a misconception, which can lead to misunderstanding. And we go back to the word understanding. So misunderstanding leads to the wrong conclusion. How do we arrive to have misconception? Every one of us has different culture. Culture is something, wherever we are born, we develop that culture. And that culture leads us into the concept that we form. And we form that concept and we carry it and impart it on our children wherever we go. Let's look at the United Kingdom with their concept. This United Kingdom, I want to stress on the word kingdom. It is kingdom because it has a monarchy. There's hardly anywhere still that has a monarchy and a kingdom. They had the Persian monarchy. They had the Russian monarchy. They had the German monarchy. But a lot of those monarchy has been totally disintegrated. And the king and queen still remain with the monarchy. What am I leading to? I'm leading to how powerful a kingdom is. United Kingdom spread their wings throughout the world from 1875, and they manipulated and controlled the majority of the world with their kingdom. And they call these places that they've been to colonies. And they infiltrate these places and put their governor to rule those colonies. Even though those countries existed before, the United Kingdom have their governors. And that governor sits there in the most beautiful house in all the rest of the colony, and he or she implants what the United Kingdom policies are in those countries. They even infiltrate the people in such a way that they give the people their language. How does one move into the majority of the world and almost take over with just one person, the governor? I'm stressing on the word governor because a lot of people think governor means government. It doesn't. The governor is the person that the United Kingdom puts in every colony to make sure that country relies on the English language. They drive on the left. They make sure that all the laws come from England. It's implemented by England. So when you see, even America was a colony until 1875. The Portuguese is the next nation that manipulates some of the world. The Spanish is the next nation that manipulate the world. And what they do, all of these countries in these times put their own people to run these countries. I'm jumping a bit, but I want to say that even when the United Kingdom have their governor there, they let you even try to wear their clothes. They put you in a suit and tie, and they tell you you must speak the Queen's English. If you remember, pardon me, when you were at school, and I know a lot of people in the colony, even in India during the Raj in these times, they went to certain schools that is run by the governors in these places. And they teach you, obviously, their history. And their history consists of all the kings and queens of England, all to do with the United Kingdom. They rule in such a way throughout the world that they totally annihilate the people's language, the people's dress sense, the people's education. They teach them about Shakespeare. They teach them about Oscar Wilde. They teach them about Chaucer. They teach them all the poets, T.S. Eliot, etc., etc. And then the people go about seeking independence from these colonies. And when they do get independence, the United Kingdom governor just moves back into the UK. Why do they have to move back? Because from the minute they get independence from these countries, the governor is no longer required. They just, by the next day, they're back in England. So why am I saying this? And I started out saying about understanding. There are many reasons why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because the entire Caribbean, the entire places in Africa and Asia, all of these places is been manipulated by the United Kingdom with their colonies. And in a way, one can look at it, even this earth, and I'm coming to a spiritual realm. This earth is a kingdom. A lot of people think that there is heaven somewhere. I'm not here to tell you where heaven is. But one thing I'm telling you, that God, everything they speak about, even in the Bible, it tells you about a king and the kingdom. So the Bible is all about a king and a kingdom. So it comes back to, even we in our time, we had kings. But these things were taken away from us, and they gave us their kings and their queens to live up to their standards and what they think is correct. Now, why do you think they pull away when independence? Because they know that we cannot manage our own country. And they will have to come back and try to assist us and make it clear that we can't manage. Look what's happening in the Middle East. Look what's happening in Afghanistan. Look what's happening in Iran. Libya, all of these countries. The United Kingdom plays a major role in disintegrating these places and then trying to make believe that they're doing something wonderful to put it together again. We know there's a God, and everyone has to answer to that supreme God at some stage. We know that there is a kingdom here on earth that is established, and we are all God's children. Whether you're black, white, pink, or blue. Whether you come from Russia, whether you come from Afghanistan, whether you come from the Caribbean. That doesn't distinguish you from any other human. What distinguishes you is your heart. What distinguishes you is your soul. What distinguishes you is your morals, your principle. And these things, all these things, have added up to the word understanding. You have to understand what's around you, what has happened in the past, so that you can take the past and move into the future with it. I am not saying that everything in life is bad or anything. We come here just to live a life and see, purpose. Every one of us is here for a reason, and we must find that reason. We mustn't let people instill their principles on us and their conditions and the way they think that we should behave. We should go back to the source, which is the precept, and we should look and say what the precept says. What is the truth? Because anyone can tell you anything, but you need to know the truth. There's some people, especially in religion, all they go around and preach is religion. And they do so much thing in the name of religion. America is a democratic country. But there's a difference between democracy, republic, and kingdom. Once you come under the kingdom people, you ceases to want to know about democracy or republic, because you become just a human being who is looking out for another human being. So, in this video, I want to make sure that we do understand the difference, because understanding is the application of wisdom and knowledge together. So you apply wisdom, you apply knowledge, and you get, and it's equal to understanding. So, in conclusion, everyone should have this philosophy. You've got nothing to prove, nothing to hide, nothing to defend, and nothing to protect. This is Destiny Global TV. Please subscribe and leave your comment below.